Where's he going?
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Yes, indeedy, we are finally heading off to Radiant Garden, the Garden of Radiance, a world beyond our imagination. Well, I mean, I don't think you really need me to vamp up the world, because in the meantime we've also got more things to command meld and future worlds to visit, including Disney Town, which, as Aqua's visit will no doubt tell you, it's not going to be any better here than it was in Ventus' story. I mean, I will say this much, I mean, at least Aqua doesn't have to deal with a fucking ice cream maker sugar me do, but she does get something equally bullshit and fruit ball, but that's neither here nor there in this case. Anyway, ooh, what is this? Unversed. Now that's a pretty spicy yummy ball. Making an Unversed coward like a boy Labanza. Yeah, I mean, apart from just command building a few new abilities, as is anything else, it's considering the fact that we are going back to Radiant Garden, we're not quite going to be tackling some of the more bullshitty elements that come with our characters having the, you know, unity dissolution quite yet, because there is a certain other aspect that we're going to be talking about, namely in regards to Kairi. Yes, if you remember that she was once a native of Radiant Garden, but maybe we might just see her pay a little visit. The foreshadowing. It ain't quite so great as I remember it being. But anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there in this case. Anyway, apart from getting a few more abilities, or just picking out like which specific abilities they're going to be doing what. Yeah, I got really nothing to say here. I'm just showing off these command melds just to show what you can do, what you can combine, and what passive abilities you can get, as the command melding system is of wont to do, but I really don't have much more interesting to say about it, so let us just move on, shall we? Ah, it is beautiful, like listening to relaxing sounds in a spa. Ah, it is beautiful, is it not? Such a wonderful land. Always radiant. Well, I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen to this place. Nothing whatsoever. Yeah, I'll give it about 10 years. As all zeniths of civilization are of wont to do, as they tend to fall.
Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry to bother you, sir.
Oh, what a well-mannered lass you are. I'd be pleased as punch to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for a boy who's not from around here. Have you seen him?
I think I know just who you're talking about. He scampered off toward yon castle in a right hurry.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Terra, I hope you're still there.
So yeah, to kind of elucidate on a few specific things, I believe all characters come to this level at about the exact same time. I'm not really... I mean, I think it's meant to be Terra first, Aqua last, and then Ventus second? At least I think. I don't know, you can sort of gauge like the time frame in which people come into this world by their visits towards Merlin, which is pretty much how you pick up the whole Winnie the Pooh command board thing. And yeah, what I've just demonstrated there was pretty much triple Blizzaga, which I don't think I demonstrated before, but now you saw it. And seeing seesaw eating things is half the battle. T-man. But anyway, you don't quite get to explore as much as what you would have done otherwise with Ventus and Terra, so Aqua pretty much gets the straight and narrow in terms of this level, but I mean, given the fact that this level is pretty much there to be cutscenes galore with, you know, bits and pieces of characterization here and there, not really too much to say about this level, really. By the way, this is Seeker Mine. I kind of briefly talked about it earlier in the, no, not the Enchanted Dominion, the Dwarf Woodlands, but yeah, basically you set up a line of mines and they'll eventually home in on enemies. Can be quite useful, although sometimes it really sort of depends on where the enemies are and how they attack you, but Speaking of enemies that are quite annoying, unless of course you have the barrier ability that can reflect the Mandrake's little slash attack, yeah, it's kind of a bit shite. And also the Seeker Mines don't home in on the Mandrakes because I guess being buried into the ground they can somehow avoid mines, even though traditionally mines are also buried into the ground so that they can get targets? I mean, at least if they step over them, if the traditional landmine is anything to go by, I mean, you know, they have been used in wars for a reason. After all, if you feel that weight shift, if you move your foot it might kaboom! But anyway, this is pretty much just a wee bit of violence as we return to Ansem the Wise. As we go back to his castle, which he doesn't want any nobodies interfering. But yeah, it's also pretty much a side detour before we finally get to things good and proper. I mean, again, unlike Terra, who will be seeing it, who will pretty much be experiencing what he's doing here, you know, as Aqua's only reason for going here was because she caught a glimpse of Terra going here. And of course, Ventus basically just being a bit of a weein who just has no idea where the hell he's going. By the way, this is the current finisher I have, lesbian sex. Yes, it is an evolution of squelching cunt and squirting cunt. Lesbian sex, tee-hee, huddle-ha. Isn't Aqua a naughty girl? Triple Blitzaga. Again, like, I mean, we are going to be seeing a lot more of Aqua's more powerful abilities later on, but, yeah, for the time being, it's just, it is what it is, really. I don't think... Actually, do any of the other characters get Faraga Burst? I don't think so, so, yeah, when you get to see Faraga Burst in action, it is quite a sight to behold, although... admittedly, it is a bit of a chicken and the egg situation, because the first time you actually saw a lot of these abilities in action was actually Chain of Memories, actually. I thought a lot of these abilities were Birth by Sleep exclusive, and it's possible that they were, given that there was a PlayStation 2 version of Birth by Sleep in the works at the same time, but yeah, a lot of these abilities actually got their debut in Chain of Memories, and subsequently Re-Chain of Memories, which was the PS2 remake, so yeah, quite, interesting, really. Oh well, I mean, it doesn't really diminish from Aqua's gameplay quality, obviously, it's just that one uses cards, the other uses a press button to activate a thing. Yeah.
No! Run!
Nope, you touched it and now you get a Keyblade. Fucking bullshit.
There's no way I can fight like this.
Hurry! You gotta get that girl to someplace that's safe.
Who are you? Why do you have a Keyblade?
I'll tell you later. Right now, we gotta stop these things.
Kidnapping a child, bye. Yeah, you deal with those things, Mickey, see ya. Oh, that was funny.
Everything all right? Let's get him!
Just that weird expression from Mickey just made it sound like that he had completely expected Aqua to abandon him. By the way, yeah, I did kind of mention it in jest earlier, but yes, that scene of Kairi grabbing the Keyblade from Aqua, you're gonna be seeing a little bit more about what that means in Terra's story. By the way, this is Faraga Burst, badass as ever. But yeah, that is pretty much the one reason why Kairi suddenly got a Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 2, apropos of nothing. Yes, you can smell the bull's fecal matter a mile away, and there we go, there's lesbian sex in action. Man, that is some powerful stuff. No wonder women in their more action roles recently. They're using the lesbian sex powers to take down any foes. I don't know why I was doing a Scottish accent for that. Maybe it's because we had the late Alan Young as Scrooge McDuck. Rest in peace, sir. Yeah, unfortunately, Blizzard, despite having a triple ability on it, doesn't home in, but luckily Faraga Burst does home in, and by God, it is... mwah, bellissimo!
Thank you. My name is Aqua. I train under Master Ericus.
And I'm Mickey. I used to be Yen Sid's apprentice. I came back to him for some more training.
I sense light within this girl. You think that's why they attacked her?
Yep. I think you might be absolutely right. If you ask me, she must be somebody pretty extraordinary.
Yes. I'm quite certain she's someone we're supposed to protect.
Let's join forces. Oh no, not now. I'll be okay. See you real soon.
Here.
Are these for me?
I picked you some flowers. Thank you for saving me.
Why do you fill my ears with honey-sweet fibs, little girl? You had those flowers before Aqua saved you.
My name's Kyrie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Aqua. Kyrie, about that light.
Kyrie!
Oh, Grandma!
Wait, Kyrie, just a minute?
Uh-oh, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch!
I just cast a magic spell on you. One day, when you're in trouble, the light within you will lead you to the light of another. Someone to keep you safe.
Thanks!
There you are. It's time to go.
Okay. Oh. Bye! Hey, Grandma?
What is it?
Could you tell me that story?
Again, dear?
Please?
Very well, then. Long ago, people lived in peace, bathed in the warmth of light. Everyone loved the light. Then, people began to fight over it. They wanted to keep it for themselves, and darkness was born in their hearts. The darkness spread, swallowing the light in many people's hearts. It covered everything, and the world disappeared. But small fragments of light survived in the hearts of children. With these fragments of light, children rebuilt the lost world. It's the world we live in now. But the true light sleeps deep within the darkness. That's why the worlds are still scattered, divided from each other. But someday, a door to the innermost darkness will open, and the true light will return. So listen, child. Even in the deepest darkness, there will always be a light to guide you. Believe in the light, and the darkness will never defeat you. Your heart will shine with its power and push the darkness away.
Kyrie, something tells me I didn't run into her by accident. Unversed! It never ends!
Oh dear, more Unversed and forging a dealing with Mickey, which, yeah, as I've pretty much demonstrated with Ventus, is, well, primarily Aqua's main shindig, really. Well, I mean, not really main shindig, really more to say, one of the more useful dealings in the game, and, excuse me. Begging thy pardons, but, yeah. Got a wee bit to unpack with, Aqua meeting Kyrie. Not contrived, since again, as Kingdom Hearts 1 established, yeah, Kyrie is a native of Radiant Garden, you know. We also got to hear the story from Kyrie's grandmother that we did here in Kingdom Hearts 1, which is pretty much the backstory of Union Cross in a nutshell, really. Again, like, it pretty much, I mean, just suppose that, you know, children rebuilding the worlds with, you know, Keyblade wielders of old, you know, people wanting the light and consuming it for themselves, that's pretty much being, you know, a very flowery and childlike way of describing, you know, Keyblade unions collecting locks, aka pieces of light. And, you know, the whole thing about people's internal struggles, you know, the unions clashing with each other, the whole Keyblade War thing, everything falling into darkness, whatever. Yeah, pretty dark stuff wrapped up in a children's fairy tale, but then again, that is also apropos because most of our children's fairy tales in the real world also come from, well, very dark origins. I mean, children's stories were meant to educate children about the world in a very flowery, abstract way, so yeah. The days when children's media didn't talk down to people. Whatever.
Over there.
Oh no, it busted through that door. Ansem's gonna be angry. Oh, there's gonna be some hefty, repair bills today. Lesbian sex, go! But yeah, like, I mean, apart from the whole Kairi getting a Keyblade explanation thing that I find a wee bit pish, which is really more on Kingdom Hearts 2 than Birth by Sleep, I'll admit, but I don't know, sweet scene nonetheless, although, again, they do very heavy-handedly go, golly gee, this character is gonna be important later on. Which, I mean, is one of the more prequelish things that usually tends to happen whenever you have an important character show up in an earlier work, and there's like, this random innocuous person that I've never met, and I never even show up in the later materials, I have a feeling they're gonna be important someday. I don't know, it just kind of sticks out as a very jarring meta-writing thing that just kind of feels a wee bit pish. I mean, again, I guess it is also there to subtly hint that she's a Princess of Heart, but again, they don't really know any of this. But I don't know, and yeah, that little bad touch thing that Aqua did when she was touching Kairi's chest was pretty much there to indicate, don't worry, this spell will send you to Destiny Islands, even though that was actually the work of, you know, Apprentice Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts 2. Whatever. Anyway, more ruminations to come in the next part of Birth by Sleep, so I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, catch you later.